Welcome to Stories and Songs by Afterglow Music. My name is Joel McCausland.
And I'm Kevin Peay, and we've been creating music for a long time.
We'd like to tell you the stories behind our songs. Kev, let's talk about an old song, this one that you wrote years ago. We've talked about this a little bit before in previous episodes, but we've written some big anthems. We've written some songs that sounded like a army on the move, and this one maybe sounds more like that than anything we've ever done.
Find the Power was in succession of Armor of Truth, Warriors of Light, Victory of Truth, of which I don't think we've done an episode on that one yet.
But have to get to that one too.
This is probably one of the songs that you and I sang unison together.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting choice. As we were listening back, I hadn't remembered that for most of the verses anyway, we are singing in unison, which is unusual for us.
And what's interesting is when you separate us, you're baritone and I'm tenor. But it was interesting as I listened to this again, the unison, our voices blended like unison.
We sound like we're both in that same spot. Huh?
See, you are my brother.
That's right.
For sure. But then we added another feature. We added our wonderful engineer who's been with us for so many years. Lauren, we put him on the bass line.
And if you listen closely, you can hear that coming, starts really low and then does a little run in the chorus. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we added a third member of Afterglow at that point in time on this song, which was wonderful. We're grateful for his efforts and his wonderful deep bass voice.
That's right.
But Find the Power is probably one that's starting to resonate now more than ever. I was just reading in the scriptures this morning specific to Captain Moroni. And when I read Captain Moroni, I think of David and Goliath. I think of so many stories through biblical times and through Book of Mormon stories in regards to just those that really had to find power. And when Moroni showed up again this morning in my reading, of course, the scripture states that, "Yea, verily, verily, I say unto you, if all men had been and were and ever would be like unto Moroni, behold, the very powers of hell would have shaken forever. Yea, the devil would never have power over the hearts of the children of men." That scripture in itself just brings power.
Yeah, for sure.
And Moroni had special gifts to lead at the age of, I think he was 25, I believe, when he was called to lead all the armies. Mm-hmm. But he was raised even before that. And the thing and circumstances that they had to overcome based upon what they were under. And, of course, that was a time of war. And even though we are in a time of war, now, at certain times in our lives, we hear rumors of wars and wars in foreign lands, and that's all happening around us at this point in time. We're really in a fight for finding the power for spiritual power.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was just asking a question of all of us gathered here tonight. If you had any ideas about gospel doctrine, that's my current ward calling. And I was actually preparing my lesson, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And it was talking about King Jehoshaphat. And I've heard that name, of course, but I really had no idea what the story was. And going back to that and reading about it, and he kind of had his moment too. So he had, at one point, 3 different nations coming at him at one time. People from 3 different nations coming to destroy his kingdom, the kingdom of Judah. And there's 2 scriptures that I need to learn a little bit better. It's one of the things I'm working on for my lesson right now, but he talks about fear. He talks about how they saw that mighty group coming toward them and they were afraid. And the first thing he did was gathered the people together and called a fast. And it talked about gathering Judah, the littlest ones, the wives and the children, along with that whole group that was actually going to fight. And the Lord's answer in that case was so cool. He said, "You don't have to fight this battle. I got you, basically. I will fight this battle for you." And as it turns out, these armies ended up turning on each other while the Jews watched, while the Israelites watched. And they were preserved and saved. And I thought, a lot of times, especially today, as you said, the things that are happening in the world can be kind of fearful. You could look at them and say, wow, how do we get out of this? How do we achieve peace in the Middle East? How do we get where we need to go? And the answer almost always comes back to the Lord saying, I got you. Have faith in me and have peace and good comfort because I'm here with you. That's really, for me, that's the thing I think we're going to have to keep in mind and heart more than ever before as time goes on, because we'll see some fearsome things too. And we might wonder how we're going to get through some of the challenges and trials. And I think the answer is the same as it was for them.
I do remember in the process of writing this that you'll notice when you listen to the song that this really is about the restoration of the gospel of Jesus Christ and finding the power to stand for what has been revealed. And the restoration is real as far as prophets today. And standing for that belief, not shying away from the gospel of Jesus Christ, the restored gospel of Jesus Christ, Joseph Smith, the restoration prophet, and all those prophets that have come since that time, temples being built throughout the world, covenants, priesthood authority, all things, finding the power to stand for that and stand in holy places as we've been asked to do, as well as having the courage to really find a testimony of this restoration and move forward and not be apologetic or fearful of what people may say or what opposition may come through this process. It's a beautiful thing with all of the temples that are being built and all the dedications that are happening and just the sacred nature of being in the temple and understanding what wonderful covenants and blessings are there through the revelation of restored priesthood authority is just powerful. So hopefully this song might bolster up some
Could be some inspiration
energy
for somebody. Yeah.
some energy for young and old to continue on and to really not only find the power, but to find the anchor of what is lasting and what will be eternal, not what is fleeting and not what is worldly, but what is eternal. And look to God and find that power that He's given to all of us through following a living prophet and participating in priesthood authority and restoration of this wonderful latter day that's going to lead into eternity of great things. And so, whose side are you on? You can choose the world completely. You can Roman ride, as you've talked about in the past, or you can be all in and really make a difference for the Lord and put your bootstraps on and get your armor ready and shine it up and find the power.
Yeah, great thoughts, Kev. Let's take a listen to the song.
Given, and I think about the ones before who gave their lives and died for the cause. I think about this blessed restoration and the truth that's come from heaven with the power to change the lives of this world. Here we are in a time of revelation, with the answers we can give the world to the questions of just why they are here. Who are we to dismiss this charge to others? It's a sacred obligation and a privilege to be helping the Lord. Find the power that you have in your heart. There's a storm rolling forward, it's the nation of God. For the battle is raging and the armor is strong. The enemy is losing. Whose side are you on? Take a stand with the author of salvation and choose your destination by remembering where it is you belong. Move ahead with a strong determination, giving storm rolling forward, it's the nation of God. For the battle is raging and the armor is strong. The enemy is losing. Whose side are you on? Find the power that you have in your heart. There's a storm rolling